Hello and welcome to Behind the Strength podcast.
where we improve your health, wealth, and peace of mind. I'm Carlo Balagase.
I'm Christian Alvarez, and today we're going to talk to you about some training mistakes that we made earlier on in the game. Now, we've been training for over 2 decades, and today we're going to point out some things that we may have done in the past in our training and training routines that could possibly save you a lot of headache and help you improve your fitness extremely. So.
You have to remember that when we started training, it was pre-social media days, pre-internet days. So a lot of the information that we got was from magazines.
Yeah, books like Hardcore Bodybuilding, if anybody remembers that. The Arnold Schwarzenegger Encyclopedia, of course. You know, Flex Magazine, right?
Magazine, yep.
Yeah, Iron Man Magazine,
Yep.
Muscle Mag.
Yep.
That kind of stuff. The York Barbell Poster, if any of you guys remember that, you're like, man, this guy's old.
That's old school shit.
Yeah, this guy's old.
That's old
Like, he's
school
doing,
shit.
he went back there.
Yeah.
So, you know, we didn't have the information that you guys have available to you now, or that we all have available to us now. So back then, it was a lot of trial and error, which is great. We learned a lot from then, and kind of why we decided, hey, today would be a good day for us to share with you some things that we did to screw up and delay our progress, and maybe you don't have to make those same mistakes.
You know, when you say there's a lot of information out there still in the internet now, there's still a lot of people that make a lot of mistakes in the gym.
1000%.
And, you know, this podcast is kind of help you with that, but to also help you realize that, hey, you're going to make mistakes, and that's part of your growth.
But we're going to kick it off right away. Number one thing, don't just go into the gym and split your body parts up like a goon. You know, when you start working out, like, don't think, oh, I got to do a body part split right away.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
a very common thing.
I mean, it was very common back then for us.
It was.
Chest day was Monday, pretty much. And then
Still is International Chest Day, Monday.
I like doing legs on Monday now.
Yeah, because they're all empty.
Yeah, because all empty. Yeah, and also you know, who wants to do a serious leg day on like a Friday or Thursday, and your weekends are fucked.
Yeah.
you can't go out, right? So
Yeah. But anyway, the reason why we tell you not to go in there and start splitting up your body parts right away, it's, that's for seasoned veterans. And for when we say that, it's people who have a specific goal in mind of developing body parts. So such as bodybuilders, fitness athletes and stuff like that. Should you start any exercise program that way? No, because your body can't even handle working together as a unit. Well, how are you going to start splitting this thing up?
Yeah.
Right? You need to be developing compound movements and just figuring out how the way your body works and how to activate muscles together.
Yep.
You know, those are more, that's more important.
I think a very important thing that you said is, you know, really understand your body first.
Yes.
Instead of going gung ho and going 100% on chest day, Monday, back day, blah blah, which I did. And initially when I first started, quote unquote, pushing in the gym, exercising, that was my split, like the chest day, shoulders, arms, core maybe sometimes, right? Like that. But I found myself getting really injured because I started doing that and I never stopped doing it for such a long period of time. So that's one of the biggest regrets, like just going ham and not really understanding my weaknesses, identifying any of my weaknesses.
For sure.
You know, I didn't even realize about my mobility. I just couldn't do certain moves and I'm like, oh, whatever, fuck it, I can't do it. And I pushed through it and then like my muscles would be like 30% engaged.
Yes.
But I would just want to do it because everybody else was doing it.
Of course.
So that's one of the biggest regrets. I did, like, just not really understanding my body first, where my foundation was, because I honestly think if I did that, my body would be at least 25% better, way better. Right.
Here's a good point. Our second point here: don't go follow your friend around who's been training for 4 or 5 years or 10 years, and think of doing their workout. I've done it. I've tried it. I see many people try it these days, and it's the wrong way to go. You have different states of fitness or levels of fitness. Your goals are different.
Yep.
Man, don't go following somebody around, follow their program, right? So that goes actually right into our third point of don't just walk into the gym and start working out. We see this every year in January's gyms all over the world. People walk in, they're like, I'm going to start exercising. So here's my thing. If your car broke down and you knew nothing about it, you knew nothing of the parts, would you take it apart and start trying to fix it? Because that's essentially what you're trying to do with your body.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Don't go in there uneducated. That's irresponsible for one thing.
Yeah.
Right?
But I mean, I would say don't go ham uneducated. I mean, experimenting here and there, not going step one, like learn to move, right? Move first, fine, just get in the habit of getting into the gym.
But
Yeah.
this is also why we also say seek professional help, just like in any industry.
Yeah.
That's all a trainer is you're seeking a good trainer, at least, is you're seeking professional help from someone that's been there, that's done that key things, right? That's been there, that's done that, that's doing it.
Yeah.
Those are the people you want to learn off of. They're your coach, they're your guide.
No, I totally agree.
Just like any industry you'd go into, if you're an engineer going into, you'd want to have a coach and a guide, because you're not going to initially get it.
So what do you say to those people who are like, you know what? I'm going to the gym. I've been doing cardio this day. I've been playing around in the bag, punching bag this day, and I'm hitting some weights another day, and it's been working for me.
Well, fantastic. How long is that going to keep working for you, though?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you can come talk to me afterwards in the next couple of weeks when it stops working for you.
Yeah.
Or when, because of repetitive motion, things are starting to ache and pain you.
How long do you out of your experience, how long do people typically take who consistently just stick to a plan without even understanding scaling it, like adding more intensity, adding more reps or whatever, or changing things? They just stick to the same plan. How long does it usually take for people to plateau? Do you
To plateau?
Yeah.
Oh, well, they recommend you in training anywhere from 6 to 10 weeks. You should be changing your program up.
Yeah.
I would honestly say every 6 weeks. If you're doing a very lengthy process, such as like Olympic lifting or powerlifting, you can do 8-week cycles.
Yeah.
Somebody out there is going to say, hey, you know what? You should be doing this. Everybody's going to be saying to do this and that, right? But I think a healthy 6 to 8, week increments, 6 is probably good for most people out there.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's a big thing. Number 4, don't drop all your carbs and think that's going to be the end all and be all of your weight loss goals.
Yeah.
Right?
I've made a shitload of these mistakes, man.
Yeah.
There's one time where, dude, I stopped eating carbs fully. I boiled my chicken.
Oh,
I
man.
boiled my chicken and boiled my broccoli and carrots and all that stuff. No garnish, nothing else.
Right.
Because that's back in the day, like, you can't have anything.
Yeah.
You can't have anything.
That's hardcore bodybuilding.
That's hardcore bodybuilding shit.
That's hardcore bodybuilding.
Did it work for me? It did. I must admit it kind of did. But then my relationship with food started to dwindle. I started hating food. Like, I started getting angry at it.
It's not
getting frustrated with it
over a long period of time.
You know what's funny though? When people just want to drop carbs, right? And now the whole keto thing, for instance.
Yes.
What is it? Eat fat is okay, right?
Yeah.
Don't you remember maybe 10 years ago?
Everybody said don't eat
fat.
fat.
Fat was horrible. Don't eat fat.
Enemy.
Don't eat fat. Carbs are
was your
okay, but
enemy.
fat
Fat-free
was
yogurt,
fat was on the
fat-free
cross being
cheese.
fucking crucified, right?
Yes.
And now everybody's getting into fat, blah blah. It's keto, all this stuff. Carbs is being crucified.
Yeah. Yeah.
Out of even back then, I didn't give a shit about any of that, right? Like, it was
Right.
like, you know what? The last cut that I had was really good. I ate everything. I ate anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I don't know. For me personally, I would say like I made those mistakes, but looking back now, because I made those mistakes, I'm not going to do it again.
Yeah, and you know what? For a lot of people out there who drop a certain type of macronutrient just like that, the moment you add that back in, believe me, you're going to balloon back twice as large.
What is your take on that though? Like in terms of carbohydrates? I mean, you're a nutritionist, right? You've done this
Complex carbohydrates.
Yeah.
Use it in the early part of the day when you're most active. Now,
Yeah.
if you have an active evening, if your day goes as is, then sure, use it then.
Yeah.
Also, your body has a certain type of cycle to it, so which means it's got like a rhythmic, sensations where it knows if it's going to be in the later part of the night, it naturally will slow down its metabolism, right?
Yeah.
Or if your body's been wired to that. So if you work overnight, obviously, then that's what your body will cater towards. But generally, I would eat the complex carbohydrates. This is just for anybody out there. Early part of the day when you're most active, before and after a workout. By the end of the night, if you're just going to be sitting around, leave it out of your.
But at what point did that not become effective, though? At what
What do
point?
you
At what point is that that methodology or that style of?
Well, because a lot of
nutrition-
people overeat too in one portion, right?
Okay.
Or one serving.
So, and that's the thing that I wanted to get to. Like, is it that you ever like the type of person you are, you have to be put in that extreme where you can't control yourself?
Probably, yeah.
Is that why people? Because I'm trying to understand why people like to gravitate toward these extremes.
It's also because it's a quick fix. I think what everybody's
Yeah.
trying to look for is a quick fix, and it's like an instant shot, overnight success. Everybody wants an overnight success, overnight millionaire, overnight whatever, right?
Yeah.
So if I want fat loss or weight loss, they don't think about the longevity part of it, the long-lasting effects. All I care about is losing it now.
But it's so funny, dude, because I've heard so many conversations. I stay quiet. Like so many people are saying, like, "Oh man, it's crazy. I lost so many X amount of pounds, and I just stopped eating carbs. I'm on that keto diet, blah blah." But I've never heard somebody say, "Man, I'm losing so much weight, and I actually started controlling myself."
No,
I lost some weight because
all I did was actually
learned
discipline myself.
I've learned how to discipline myself and just indulge when I need to for a little period of time, and then cut it off because I made a conscious decision I needed to cut it off.
And remember, one key thing for as fast, and it's very true, as fast as you lose weight, you'll gain it that much faster.
Yeah, I mean, know yourself, right? Like, listen, I could be disciplined enough to cut my carbs and get to keto.
Of course.
And then I could be disciplined enough to get off that and live a normal life again.
Yes.
That's fine. That's great. But if you're trying to
Live
life that because you just lack the discipline and you
Live
want
life
this as
of
the
keto.
answer, I need to lose 5 pounds because I deserve to be healthy, blah blah. That's fine. But if you don't tackle the discipline issue, you're
Very true.
that's
That comes
that's
number one first and foremost.
that's the number one thing you have to attack, because anything that comes later that it requires you to live in extremes, isn't that really why you wanted to lose weight, because you're already living in extremes and you're going to do it again?
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's
I
just
don't know.
one habit you're just switching the different habit, right?
Yeah, and I mean, who am I to say? I mean, I went through it. That's why I could say this
Yeah.
now. And in hindsight, I wish I didn't put myself in such extremes, because I was fucking moody.
Oh, yeah, of
You know
course,
what I
man.
mean? Like
Anybody will be.
nobody wanted to hang out with me
Yeah,
because I
there's
didn't
no
want to eat
choice.
carbs.
Yeah, for sure.
Right?
For sure.
So I don't know.
Number 5, don't push yourself at 100%. Don't go into the gym and just go right away. And if you've never done anything before, if you haven't been active or lifting weights, don't go to the gym and go push yourself hard on day 1, week 1, week 2. Don't do that.
How many times have I did that? Like remember when I started working out? I was like,
right
let's
away.
go, and then I'm
Let's
like,
go hard.
I was like, I can't do this
It
anymore.
turns you off really fast. More
Yeah.
people, that syndrome is it can be attributed to more people leaving the gym in late January or late February, and they just signed up a week or two ago because they went a little too ham. They went a little too, crazy on their exercise, on the elliptical.
Yeah.
And they did some chest presses and push-ups and all that stuff. And then they couldn't move the body for the next week.
For the next few weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For the next few weeks. And they have to go to the doctor. Now I'm taking Advils.
Even as they're there, first of all, you should be stretching your client after a workout.
Yeah.
But
Something,
that
loosening
focus,
up.
that focus of adding that mobility aspect after a workout and stretching is very imperative, especially when they come back or they're just starting.
Mm-hmm.
I mean that for me. It's extremely difficult for people who've been fit before and who fell off a little bit and then want to come back.
Yeah.
Because you think that you're the Superman still, or Superwoman again.
Of course.
And I fell into we like to hit pads and do stuff, right? Dude, I can't tell you how horrible the feeling is when you go all in on a pad workout, especially when you're doing legs.
Done.
Then your quad, like your hips are messed up. Man. Your hamstrings.
You're screwed. Your lower back is tight for the next week.
Is tight. Your core is just bruck up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This actually feeds right into our next point, and it's understand what the term "no pain, no gain" means.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean go around injuring yourself. Ties right hand in hand with going at 100% go. You got to know the difference between joint soreness, muscle soreness. What those things, what the difference is, like what's a good hurt, what's a bad hurt. If I may give people advice here, cycle it in weeks and phases of when you're going to go hard and when you're going to go not so hard. I'm not going to say soft, but go not so hard.
Yeah.
So there's weeks that you'll go 90, 95%. There's weeks you'll go 70, 75%. There's weeks you're going to go 60%. Right? You cycle that stuff.
Actually, that's a good segue. I don't know if we put that in, but the not resting, not giving myself enough rest, that's one of the biggest regret I had in the gym.
That's massive.
Yeah.
That's massive. It's going 6 days a week, 5 days a week, and you're cycling through 2 body parts of a day, and or you're training body parts twice a week.
Twice a week, yeah.
Right.
Or you go Monday in the morning, then at night,
Yeah.
7 days a week or 6 days a week,
Yeah.
just because you get super addicted to the gym.
And it's funny because, you know, like 1990s bodybuilders and 1980s bodybuilders would do that because they thought that's what works. It's the more the more you hit a muscle, the stronger it grows, the better, the bigger it grows. It's not necessarily so, because understand that when you're in the gym and you're training, you're actually breaking down muscle fibers.
Dude, I still remember, like, you know when you shouldn't be, like, you're training that muscle and you're like,
Yeah,
fuck,
you-
I should
doing this
not
right
be
now.
doing this at this weight again this week right now.
But there's a piece of adrenaline in you, and you're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go through this one again.
Then, right, you're trained back in the day, like, yo, you got, no pain, no gain, just like you said.
Yeah.
Oh, this is it. You're going to war.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You're going to war every single
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
And it does something to you. I love, that's a part I loved about it. It's just you mentally, you're always checking yourself.
Yeah, of
no, man,
course.
don't worry. But that's a cool part.
Yes.
But then if you can't, you can't differentiate to do that in a smart way rather than just in a goonish,
Yeah,
stupid way.
intelligent training is
Intelligent,
key.
yeah.
So, and if you have intelligent training, this should prevent that next point of don't over rely on supplements. A supplement is something that is supposed to be an aid or an addition to an already sound program. That means with nutrition and training. Remember, it's an addition. The biggest thing with supplements is, guys, first check your training program. Be intelligent with that.
Yeah.
First check your and then also check your nutrition, how you're eating, right? You can do all the supplements in the world. It's not going to mask a bad nutritional eating program.
Yeah. And I would rather now eat a good piece of protein after a workout than just rely on protein.
Yeah, shoot a protein powder.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Because I used to do it. I mean, I do that now just for breakfast, whatever, here and there, but I don't rely on it. I actually feel better, and I could see better results when I start eating properly, like actually eating animal
Yeah, of
protein.
course.
That's for my body.
Yeah, for your body, yes.
For my body, yeah. It looks. I feel great on it. So.
And our last point is, for anybody that is trying to improve their cardio or lose weight, lose fat, please don't just like stand and walk on a treadmill,
Yeah.
that steady state cardio, it does work, but it only takes you so far. It's not the end all and be all. Don't be afraid that you're going to be losing muscle. Because that's what a lot of people, we did that.
Yeah, I did
years.
that a lot. I did the incline on the treadmill.
Yeah,
with a heavy sweater.
Minutes, yeah,
with a heavy sweater.
Right? Yeah. You make sure your heart rate doesn't go anywhere upwards of 125, and that was it.
Yeah.
First of all, you're not really building your cardiovascular capacity and your cardiovascular output that way.
No.
And two, you're really not maximizing fat burning properties.
Yeah.
Right. A HIIT style workout will destroy that in fat burning and fatty acid mobilization 10 times over.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? A good stop go for a shorter period too.
Yeah.
I tell my clients all the time, don't go and stand on the treadmill and just friggin' walk for half an hour, 40 minutes. When you can go on a faster, lower pace, right? In a ratio for a good 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And you would have accomplished actually more. And not only for that moment, but what that does is it actually spikes hormones such as growth hormone in your body because of the intensity that you're going at.
Yep.
And it actually helps with fatty acid mobilization for the rest of your day.
Yeah.
So you may have burned some calories there while you're standing there and just walking, but when you're doing a stop-go type of interval, or you're actually taking your heart rate of above 165 and 185, and you're pushing that in spurts, you're burning that much more all through the day. Scientifically, look that shit up.
I mean, the reason why I got into slow state incline treadmill is because of the premiere days. All the bodybuilders would do it after. So what we would do is go for a heavy session, right?
Yeah.
Heavy session first for an hour, or an hour and a half. And then he's like, oh shit, I have to do cardio.
Hold the treadmill,
right? It was like,
and you just walk.
All right, guys, let's do cardio. And then you just put your headphones on and your CD player and just start walking up. And what changed my perspective on that, because you know what it essentially did? For a small guy, because I'm a smaller guy who wanted to get big because I had muscular dysmorphia. I told you that back in the day, where I felt like I was always small, and I was over 200 something pounds though, right?
Ridiculous, dude. Yeah.
And then it gets you scared to try other things, right? Because now you're conditioned to be like, oh, this is the only, I have to preserve my muscle, or this is the only truth that I have in terms of where I want to go, right? This is the only avenue that people tell me. But it got me scared to explore other ways to burn fat or to be more conditioned, quote unquote.
Yes.
But it was only until I did Muay Thai that totally kicked me in my fucking face on that, and I didn't realize that, you know, how much actual effort it took to actually burn fat.
Yeah, and you drop weight
and
like
I
this.
dropped weight just like that, but also started experimenting. Like, okay, you know what? Instead of doing HIIT, for instance, I could do circuit style training.
Yes.
And you know,
and that'll burn fat as well.
And I look freaking great, and you know, I can increase my intensity. I started understanding myself and my body and how it worked a bit more.
Yeah.
So I mean, the big thing is not experimenting with yourself first, dabbling in different things first, and understanding your body and how it reacts to those things. Give it some time, right? Not everybody could do like circuit training and like end up fucking looking great.
Of course.
Because first of all, the muscle mass that you acquire isn't there yet.
Yes.
Right. So you always build on these things. But yeah, I totally regret the fact that I spent hours and hours and hours and hours of just steady state cardio, and nothing really happened. To be honest with you,
it took a long time for something.
Yeah, that's where the whole so you have to do that cardio. Then now you're forced to go really extreme on the nutrition side.
I certainly hope science has long evolved since then.
Or if you're actually going through anything that we said to you, it happens. It happens. It's a common thing. Like me, Christian and I, you know, we never really trained together when we're on our own before, right? Until now.
Yeah.
But you know, through my fitness journey, his fitness journeys, we've experienced the same
mistakes.
thing. Everybody makes these mistakes. So
it's a
you
very
know,
common thing.
Don't feel horrible about it. Take it as a learning, you know. I saw, I was like, what do you say? Turn your L's into lessons.
Yes.
The situation, Mike. The situation said that. I was watching some Jersey Shore. He's like, yo, you gotta turn your L's into lessons, man.
Yeah, it's true, man.
It's true. You know, now you can learn it and become more efficient at your own journey now.
Yeah.
So it's okay. I mean, if you know can relate to anything we say, hey man, all it takes is you knowing now and then switching it up.
Yeah,
it's fine.
Switch gears. It's never too late to switch it up, right? Yeah. So I hope you guys got a lot out of this today.
Yeah.
We're going to be doing a lot more of talking about the body, training, nutrition. So if you've got anything out of this, please do email us at
bts@strengthenu.com. That's Bobby Terry Sandy at strength-u.com.
Press like, refer us to a friend.
Share this as much as possible, and shoot us an email or whatever. Check us out on our YouTube channel. Leave a comment. You know, we'll be happy to answer any questions that you guys have.
Awesome. Thank you for listening. See you next time.
Later.
Bye.